70% of the institutional investors are saying companies should undertake disruptive innovation projects. Ask yourself, does our board structure and agenda enable us appropriately to govern the company innovation process? We understand nowadays that if you will not invest in innovation, probably you will go bankruptcy in a way. We need to make sure that the DNA of the company is towards innovation. The board need to say and basically need to have it as tone at the top that will go down to management, and then for management it will go down to the employees. It is okay to do innovation.
Governança é sempre uma resposta a um contexto e vai para o contexto individual de cada empresa. Eu acho que nós podemos aprender com Israel este ambiente de inovação, este ambiente, a Startup Nation, vive um contexto de criação de valor a partir de novas empresas e que possivelmente isso se reflete no modelo de governança que é adotado no país, tanto do ponto de vista de regulação como do ponto de vista de prática das empresas. Então eu particularmente vim atrás de entender o que na governança das empresas de Israel se pode aprender em relação a criar um ambiente mais propício para a inovação.
One way is to simply do it. He can come up with a directive where the chief executive officer sends out a message. I'm expecting, or I'm expected, to present every week to the board of directors an idea about a new product. Every week, a new product. Corporations that have done it and did it successfully. Another thing is to simply think about the board structure. In other words, bring on board people that their sole purpose in life was innovation. Eventually everybody would think of innovation.
90% do nosso tempo é supervisão, pouco a gente se dedica à questão mais estratégica e tal. Eu acho que esse é um assunto que é um problema. Na verdade é o seguinte, a gente não tem ferramenta para lidar com a inovação. Quer dizer, a nossa ferramenta é para lidar com a supervisão. A gente precisa criar essas ferramentas.
There are 4 areas that Deloitte International Corporate Governance Framework defines as the direct responsibility of the board of directors. And those areas, some of them are, I think, very straightforward, such as strategy. When we say strategy, we also include innovation as a part of this pillar. And then the 3 others will be leadership and succession, sustainability, and stakeholder engagement management.
Many companies doing this very frequent mistake, and this mistake is communicating with the stakeholders only when crisis happens. So what we say, we think that a proactive management through day-to-day activities, communication on a daily basis with main stakeholders, when we understand who are they and what are their interests, and being transparent with them on a day-to-day business can be converted into large asset for the organization to use when crisis happens.
We see that the level of professionalism of family owners and family businesses who are themselves directors is much higher than external directors who are coming into companies. A very interesting phenomenon around how they understand the business and how they're passionate around the business. A lot of the family businesses are adopting corporate governance like public companies.
Actually, I think one of the most important tools that are around today to us family-owned businesses or whoever wants to actually open one and dream about it is corporate governance. Or everything that talks about corporate governance, this frightening word, and I read, believe me, in the last 3 years, tons of articles about it, really forget the other element about it, which is people, really people. And how do you really bring everyone together? How do you do it in an orderly way? How do you really plan for it? And actually, governing and corporate governance actually gives us a lot of tools to do it in an orderly way.
One thing that I think is unique in Israel is that most of the public companies have a controlling shareholder. So much of the company's law in Israel is designed to restrain the power of the controlling shareholder and to protect the public minority shareholders. That expresses itself in many ways that I discussed in my presentation today.
Around the year 2000, the high-tech boom, many Israeli companies preferred to make the IPO there and not here. And we understood them. They get better valuation there, Nasdaq is much bigger, their clients, competitors, etc. But we said for many years, let these companies trade also here. They don't have to raise money, we don't want to be a burden on their price, let them do a list. And 20 years ago, the law was changed. How they are doing it? They send one page in Hebrew, say that's the name of the company, that's our share outstanding, that's the name of the lawyer in Tel Aviv, bye-bye.
Cada vez mais os mercados vão ficando parecidos, né? Mas ele fez algumas coisas que eu acho que a gente pode aprender. Diminuir as obrigações em termos de divulgação. Então a gente obriga, por exemplo, que você faça um filing, né, uma colocação em português, e se tem alguma coisa você tem que fazer uma tradução para inglês. Aqui não, ele falou faz o inglês dizendo, olha, essa informação está disponível.
For example, I heard about this institute that it doesn't exist in this way in Israel, that require professionalism of directors to be in some level of knowledge and professionalism that is not required here.
I think there is this desire to cooperate with Israel, but people don't know how to do it. We say we need that, we have to change our mentality, but to do that we have to be exposed to what you have to offer, which is a lot.
We have a lot to learn from an economy like Brazil. Massive economy, early adopters of technology. So we have technology, but our economy is very small. I think in Brazil there's a massive economy where you can test new technologies, you can talk to the customers, understand their adoption. Brazil has a large economy and a massive number of companies and global companies, and I think the unique combination of that together has a lot of potential for working between the firms, between the countries together.